Hello friends and welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. Today we are talking about my favorites for Miss Universe Philippines 2020. If you're new and haven't subscribed, you know the drill. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and also hit the notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new, wow, imagine if this was a live show. Yeah, we're trying this extra ring light thing. I don't even, you know what, we're not doing that anymore. Nope. Forget that light. Anyways, please be sure to subscribe for content like this and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss out on any of the new and exciting episodes I am posting. I am so excited that we actually got to see the contestant interviews, and I wonder how many other pageants now are gonna follow suit. And are we gonna just start seeing all of these interviews or have the option to through something like the ring light series that Philippines is posting? I don't know, but it's pretty darn exciting. And I love it because I want contestants to see what it actually looks like in an interview room and then what a winning interview looks like versus what a semifinalist one looks like or non-placing. Let's talk about some obvious fan favorites. The contestant that I saw all over Instagram immediately was Behol, and I've been hearing so many of you talking about her, and she's been working super hard for this title, so I see that hard work has paid off for her. She had a really strong interview. I feel like it was very prepared, and you could tell that she put in that work, and like I said, it paid off, so good for her. I also think that she is doing pretty well in terms of her onstage presence and her walk, so I am really excited to see her on stage, and I really hope though that she changes her hairstyle. I'm not a huge fan of the ponytail on her, and I want to see a softer look, so we'll see if that's coming next. Next is Lou. I think that her walk is right in the middle. It's not something that is a huge standout, but it's also not something where I look at it and I'm like, no, she has so much more work to go. So I feel like she's right in that middle ground, which is fine because that's how you keep moving along in a pageant. You just need consistency. You don't always gotta be the best. So I love that about her. And then when I watched her interview, I feel like even if she was nervous, that she's managing her nerves very, very well. I still got these vibes that she was very at ease. She was having fun with the judges, and it wasn't too serious, but I still think that she was able to hit on some good points that I would assume that she wanted to mention in her interview. So I thought that she did a great job. If you're watching on a mobile device, please do me a favor, screenshot this episode, post it to an Instagram story, then tag and hashtag me at Dani Walker. I wanna know what you think. Tell me what your predictions are for this year's pageant. And while you're there, don't forget to follow. To Gig City, I hope that I said that correctly. I think that she is a huge fan favorite too. I feel like she's been really moving up, and a lot of people were excited about her interview from what I have seen on social media so far, and as they should be. I think that she was very much herself in this interview, and I feel like that's always something to be proud of, no matter what the results are, ladies, in a pageant ever. This is just a side note. If you can go into an interview and truly be yourself, that's a huge win, and that's what I felt like I saw from her, and I felt like she knew that, and because she knew that, she's like feeling herself a little bit extra in the interview, and that got me excited. My favorite part of her interview is when she was talking about how she has become a woman throughout this pandemic, and that she is her biggest supporter financially, she's her biggest cheerleader, and I think that that's something I totally relate to, and I know how that feels, and there's probably some judges in that room who also understand what it feels like to be the only person supporting your dream or your journey, and I just feel like that in itself is so relatable, and that was my favorite part of her interview. Iloilo City, she's been one of my favorites, and really she didn't disappoint for me, and I'm excited because I've been seeing some people online talking about how she really impressed them, and I'm like, yes, so you see what I see, right? And I just really like that she seemed so sure about her advocacy in her interview, but she also had this real sweetness to her, and I think that her walk is pretty good. I don't think that it's necessarily the strongest walk out of all of the group, but I do love hearing from her anytime that she's on camera. I think she is very beautiful, and I'm definitely rooting for her, and many people have said that they think they can see her in a top 5, and I can definitely see that too. I'm a fan. Davao City has been one of my favorites. I think that she is just so stunning, and she really caught me off guard coming into the interview room with a purse. I believe she was one of 2 contestants who did that. I've never seen that before at a pageant. It's never been allowed at the ones I've competed in. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Also, other side note, a lot of the contestants were really out of breath, and I've never personally been to an interview where they had you climb a flight of stairs right before you walk in. And I think that definitely can contribute to the amount of breath that you have, because I know I've become very short-winded in an interview before, and it wouldn't help if you were walking up a flight of stairs with those nerves. So that definitely showed for her. But something that I thought was really special about her, she really reminds me of title holders in the 90s, because I think that their style of onstage question and answer was very different. I think that we had a lot of really great, fun interactions with hosts for the huge international or national pageants, and I was getting those vibes from her, because sometimes her answers were short to the point, but I felt like a lot of the times they were really unexpected, but then completely authentic. So I didn't feel like she was the most polished contestant in the interview, but what was so likable about her is that you could tell, okay, this is the person that she is. Like, this is who she is with her friends and her family, and I loved that about her. Also, she is just so naturally beautiful. I think that she has a really strong walk. During the runway challenge, her dress got caught in her feet, and I feel like that's probably a lesson that she learned from, and that her runway experience is really going to carry her for those finals. So I don't know. I hope that the judges were feeling what I was feeling, because I would love to give her another chance to speak to the judges during a final competition. Cavite, a huge fan favorite. I mentioned her in some of my episodes, and then she sort of lost her shine for me along the way. I felt like she started getting lost in the mix, but now I see that it's back. Oh my gosh, her interview to me, the way I would describe it, is just sharp. She is clever, she is on her toes, and I loved that about her. I was just like, this is a really just interesting interview to listen to, the way that she answered her questions, and I loved it. Y'all should go check it out. Give this episode a thumbs up if you agree. Sigrid Grace has my heart. Y'all know that just because that she's been competing for so long, and I feel that. I feel when you are just going after this dream that means so much to you. So already definitely fan favorite for me. I think that she looked absolutely stunning when she walked into her interview. I love the look, love the styling of it. I just wish she had been more at ease. I felt like I could sense that she wants this so badly, but that she needed to be more relaxed in that interview. So I still love her and her mission and all the work that she does within her community. She's still a favorite of mine, and I'm hoping that she is gonna make it into that semifinal. I believe that she can do it. Another huge fan favorite, oh my gosh, love her. Definitely have that connection because I grew up dancing too, so I love the ballerina vibes, but I really like that she was clinging on to her authentic self in this interview, and she was talking a lot about that, how like her outfit that she's wearing and every way that she's represented herself throughout the competition is who she is. And I think that sometimes we think that that goes without being said, but other times it really doesn't to a judge. Unless we share something, it might not always be so obvious to them. So I think that she was really relaxed. I can definitely see her in a semifinal. For me right now, a top 5 is really difficult because there are so many contestants. And I have my personal favorites, but they've still yet to walk the runway for the judges. So I can only guess how they'll do, but I think that she does have a great walk and that it can carry her through a semifinal. April really surprised me. I watched her during the runway challenge, and I think that her legs are so phenomenal. Oh my gosh, that's like leg day goals for me. And as I've seen her more and more on camera, I think that she is just so stunning. So stunning. I don't even think that photos do her justice. And then when I saw her in her interview, she really touched on her emotional side. It really was hard for her to get through that interview because of the reference for bullying that she's experienced, and I don't know how that is going to sit with the judges. She was crying in that interview, and it took her a little bit of time to compose herself, and although I think that that's really genuine and sincere and I can appreciate it, I don't know how the judges are going to take that. response. But regardless of that, I still am a fan of her, and really I like her more now than what I have seen from just images in the past. There was one contestant that really caught me off guard. She really surprised me. And during the runway challenge, I wrote down that she had a pretty good walk, definitely better than what I had expected to see from her. And this was Kaguyan province. And she really blew me out of the water for her interview. She brought in such great positive energy. She was so fun, so sincere. I think that she delivered her answers really well. And she shocked me. Wow. Talk about a dark horse. My gosh, if I was judging the pageant, I would definitely want to see her in a semifinal, if not, maybe even a top 5. So we'll see how her styling comes across on stage for swim and for gown, but she's got a fan in me, loved her. My interview award winner really I feel like is no surprise, and that is Michelle. And I thought that her interview outfit looked fabulous on her. It did not distract from her beauty. I think that the styling was great. The hair, the makeup was perfect for an interview. It really showed off her natural beauty, but really the interview itself, oh my gosh, could it have gone any better for her? Not so sure, not so sure. It was so on brand. Every single one of her answers was significant to her and shared about her, but she also had personality. She showed that she was caring, and I really like how composed that she was. She had a great, pleasant vibe to her. I had the pleasure of speaking with Michelle in another interview, and you guys can check that out here in this other episode, but ever since then, the vibes that I've gotten from her is that she's just ready. And I don't believe that she has the strongest runway walk, but I think if she can get by in runway, that she can sail through to a top 5. And I do believe she has the ability to nail an on-stage question. And that is really what gives me great vibes about her and just makes me feel like it's her time. This interview just seemed like she's ready for this opportunity. And I've seen her during the runway challenge. I think she has some great facials. Like I said, she's just stunning. She's so beautiful. And not the strongest walk, but there's still time to adjust that before Miss Universe. There's a lot of time for her to improve that, for them to take home another international title. But right now, to me, she is the strongest representative to send to Miss Universe. That's kind of now my final prediction, guys. That's what it is. And not to discount any other contestant, because there are so many other amazing women that I'm such a fan of, but just judging by how this particular interview went, right? Like how things turned out on this day. So love her. Can't wait to see the show. Can't wait to do a recap for it. Please be sure to share this episode with your friends if you enjoyed it. It really helps me a lot. I'm nearing 35,000 subscribers real soon, and you can definitely help to support the channel by sharing and helping me to accomplish that goal. Let's do it together, friends, please. And thank you so much for watching this episode. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you're gonna tune in for the next.